Our topic is pointers. Pointers in C. So what are pointers? First, we should understand things like this, that whenever we create a variable in C, for example, if I write int x equal to 10. So what is 10? This is a data. So 10 is data which is stored inside x. What is x? It is a variable. Where will be this variable stored? Obviously, it will be in main memory, that is RAM. What about the name of various places in RAM? The main memory obviously will have some numbering of addresses. So for example, say the first byte or the first word of main memory is, the address of first word is 0, the second word is 1, the third word is 2, and so on. So this 0, 1, 2, this will be called the address of main memory. Fine. So when I say int x equal to 10, that means 10 will be stored at certain memory location, and that address of that memory, that is the address of x, that is a different thing. Fine. So if we want to know where this 10 is stored in main memory, we can easily access that. We can, for example, write here hash include, let us start writing code dot h, then I can write int main. Fine. So I have a variable x. Good. It is of integer type. X is storing 10. Good. Let me print this. Printf the address of what? X. The address of x, that is x is percentage %d. So the address of x is, what is the address? So let me print that address. So what is the address of this x? The address can be printed using ampersand. So this needs to be remembered, that ampersand here means address of x. Right? It is not scanf. We are just printing things. We are printing something. We are printing a variable x, and we are also printing ampersand x. Ampersand means address of x. Right? So we can write it here. This means address of x. This x, what is x? Here it is 10. So address means at which location it is stored in the memory. Let us run this program and see what happens. Save it as address.c and see what happens. Look, it is saying the address of 10. 10 is the value which is stored in x. In other words, the address of x. What is the address of this variable x? It is this thing. Right? So what does this mean? This is actually in hexadecimal. Hexadecimal denotation this is. So this is not binary. First we can convert it to binary, and then we will know the actual address, because actual address of something will be in binary. Everything in the computer system is in binary. For for making it easily readable, it is printing in hexadecimal system. So this is the answer, that this x is in main memory at this hexadecimal location. Good. So now we learned a thing, that ampersand x can be used to print or to know the address of any variable in memory. Then we should know there is something in C that is called a pointer. What is a pointer? A pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Fine. So a pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. that means this ampersand thing can be stored in another variable which we call as a pointer. There is another definition that a pointer is a variable which points to another variable. Again, this is the same meaning of the same meaning. When some variable stores the address of another variable, it indirectly means that it is pointing to that variable. That is why it is called a pointer. It is pointing to certain variable. It is giving us the address of that variable in main memory. Fine. So let us see how it works. So let us take this example that I have a variable x, and in this variable x I have stored 10. Now if I want a pointer that should point to this x, because this is an integer, I should create an integer pointer. Had it been a char, I would have created a character pointer. So which type of pointer you want to create, it depends on what you have to point. So since I have to point an integer, I will create an integer pointer. To create an integer pointer, I have to write int keyword, then use a star. So star means pointer. Means you have to create a variable, but it should be a pointer variable. The star symbol means pointer. At other place, it may mean multiplication, but here, when we put it like this, it means a pointer. So I have created a variable of the name p. You can put any name. Since I wrote a star here, it means it is an pointer variable of the type integer. Now if I want that this pointer variable p should point to x, so I will write obviously ampersand x. What will happen? This pointer variable will now store the address of x. So this means p will store the address of x. X is an integer variable. Let us check if it is storing that. Printf, you can write the address of x, that is ampersand d, is the pointer. Fine. So percentage x we write here. So and this is x and p. Fine. Let us save it and execute it. So if you look at this, this is saying the address of 10 is the same. So this address was now stored in p, and then we printed the p. So the p is giving us the hexadecimal address of this thing. Okay. Now if I if I tell you that print the value that is at address p. So the question is print the value that is at address p. Right? So p is a pointer which is storing a certain address. At that point address, what is the value? So I I should write printf, then percentage d, because the value is an integer. Fine. So what is the value at that place? Comma. For that in C we write again star p. This is to be carefully understood here, that this star is used at many places in C. If we use it directly like x star y, it means multiplication. If we use it here like this, int star p, it means that we are declaring a pointer variable. And when we use it like this outside these, it means value at P. So this will be read as value at P. It does not mean create a pointer or multiply. No. When we use it outside those two domains, it means value at P. So what is the value at location P? At location P, the value is 10. So the answer that should be printed, it should be 10. Fine. So let us see what happens. It has printed 10. Fine. So we did it in an indirect way. First we store 10 in a variable, then we created a pointer, pointed to that variable, then we wrote printf star p. That means print what the value at p, at location p. What is the value at location p? It is 10. So 10 will be printed. Had we written printf p, it would have printed the address, the hexadecimal address. We wrote star p, it means the value at p. And this is the concept of the basic concept of pointers in C.